Welcome to Airbros Review SA. Most of you guys have asked me what camera equipment I use to film through my scope. So I've been using the side shot GoPro mount and then as well the side shot phone mount. But I really like the GoPro one because it's quite small and intact. It looks pretty cool. But I had some few snags. So if you have a look at this scope, let's say I was using my side shot. I would then have to put my mounting on here, and then this piece needs to go against your octular. So you'll see you fighting here with your scope turret. So it's pretty hardcore, well not hardcore, but it's quite daunting, you know, to try and make it work there, because then you have to put in 3D printed spaces in here to close it up on the inside here. So in addition to that, we have got the Eagle Vision Scope Cam. This thing is pretty awesome. Let me tell you why it is pretty awesome. It comes in a hard carry case. So you got different versions. You got the GoPro mount. You got the GoPro mount for the 5, 6 and 7, which that means is you can film in a slower frame or feet per second, like up to 240 feet per second. Or you can use the the Eagle Vision phone mount, or you can get yourself the DIY kit for the GoPro 3, 4 and I think it's 5, but it's one of them. But we do have them in stock, so please, for pricing and everything, contact us on info@peleguns.com and send us an email. We'll give you the pricing on these. Limited stock available, but they're awesome. Let's go ahead and look what you get inside this beautiful hard carry case. So once you open it up, okay, obviously you do not get your GoPros on the inside. These are my GoPros that I've been using for all of these setups. So I got one setup for my side shot, which is the 4K model, but it's a very cheap one that I bought at Sportsman's Warehouse. Then the well-named one in South Africa, it's not the GoPro, but it's called the Volcano GoPro, also films in 4K. So these are relatively cheap here in South Africa, so these ones were good. But remember, if you're gonna buy the GoPro scope cam mount, you can't just take a normal GoPro and use it with the old lens. So here, you're gonna have to then order yourself a nice little lens. It is packaged quite well. It comes in its little case as well. I don't know if you can see that properly, but have a look at that. That's how it comes. Inside this little bag and then inside the hard carry case. What you'll have to do is, some of the GoPros with their lenses on the inside are a little bit, how can I say, a little bit of Loctite around the threads. So what I normally do is I get myself like a sharp needle nose pliers, and then you just try and work it loose. But if you can't, there's a lot of videos on YouTube to show you how you can disassemble these little cameras. So with my Volcano, all I've done is you can pry in between this little cover here. Just please make sure that you do it with great delicacy, because you might break it. But if you do break it, I mean, it's pretty cheap to buy a new one. But yeah, so just remember, delicate work, and then take it out. Then with a standard lens on here, you'll be able to grab it with your fingers, or you put some tape around it and you take a pliers and you work it loose and you just screw it out. After that, then you take out your GoPro lens from Eagle Vision, which you can see right there now, it's in. You screw it in, that's it. Then you'll see I have got the GoPro 5, 6 and 7 unit. So generally, this GoPros that I've got here are for the GoPro 3. So generally you'll think it won't work, but have a look here. So I open it up, it's got a quite nice little slider happening over here. Let me just see there, there we go. Oh goodness. There we go, see there? It's got like a little indent with a ball that can grab it, and it's got a positive click to it. It's pretty cool. So what I've seen is, once you take your GoPro 3 and you put it on the inside of this housing, it's a little bit loose. See that? That's no problem. In the kit, you have these little plastic screws. Look at that. Nice, eh? You've got two different lengths. You've got a short one and a long one. Let me take them out of the bag and I can show you. Let's quickly hurry up here. Let me show you the two different lengths. So there we go. There's the long length and here's the shorter one. So what I've noticed is I take two long ones and one short one. So let's say my GoPro is in there. What I'll do is just make sure it goes in until it clicks. You'll still see it's loose. I'll put the short little one to the top. Look at that. Just screw it in a little bit. At the bottom you'll see there's another two there. Screw it in. Goodness. Take that one out. Screw this one in here. So it takes some time just to get it in. Once you got it in, sorted, look at that. Look at that. How nice and easy is that? It got your little clicker here for the on and off. You still got your start and stop here. You still can get to all your buttons. So that's pretty cool. See how nice that is? So that's how I use my setup. And obviously I will show you quickly how to put it on the scope. But what's also quite unique is it comes with this function that it can fit on any scope. It is universal for all the scope types, except if you have a very small ocular here, like 25 millimeters. No, that won't work. But the standard scopes, it will work. So all you have to do is then just to build this whole kit up here. You turn on everything and you screw everything together, which is quite nice. So this is the 75-25. If you have a look over there, it will say you've got 75 to your camera, which will be on this side, so you'll get more clarity for your videos, and obviously 25% that you'll see through here. So if you have a look at that, it's a little bit darker, but you can still see through it. Then what you will have to do is, inside here they even give you a couple of rings, depending on your distance of your eye relief. So all you have to do is then screw that in there, simple as that. Get your GoPro, which I've just screwed in, everything is 100% there. And then you'll see there is 3 places for you to install those grab screws. And by the way, they are plastic, so they won't scratch your new version of Eagle Vision scope cam unit. So that was pretty cool for them to think out this. So let's go ahead and we install the 3 grab screws. That's it. Let's go to this one. That's that. Let's get the 3rd one. Look how easy that is. So after that, you know everything is on together, everything is nice and tight. You will then go and install this thing. I generally, on my scopes that we use, we go all the way into the front. Just make sure this thing is a little bit loose so that we can get it over the scope like that. So it's not loose yet. So we'll go out a couple of turns. Just making sure it goes in line. See there? Look at that. So it can go all the way, or you can move it wherever your picture will be the clearest. So then you'll just keep it there, turn this thing, look at that. There we go. As easy as that. And then it just tightens up onto your scope. Quick and easy. What then you would do is, we normally use the GoPro app so that we can go into the app to see how the clarity is. So what you would want to do is remove this piece while it's on, adjust this lens in and out so that your crosshairs will be in focus. Don't worry about the picture now, just worry about that your crosshair and this GoPro will be crystal clear. Like I said, you'll put your phone down here via Wi-Fi onto your GoPro, so that it has Wi-Fi that you can link to it, then you'll be able to see a clearer picture of how your crosshairs will be coming into, how can I say, into clarity. So you'll then just leave the GoPro a little bit like that, and you'll take it in and out constantly, adjusting a little bit more in or more out, so that you can, like I said, get that crosshair in focus. Don't worry about your parallax at the end. That you'll worry about when you're going to go and shoot. Then you can adjust your parallax with your wheel. So with that then said, that is done. That's how easy it is to use it, and then you can obviously move it up and down, and then you just give it that final touch where it is quite level and you are happy that your crosshairs are in the middle of your screen. And then from there onwards, it's shoot and go. But let's say you want to move this over to another scope. You are then going to have to remove this thing and start from step one again, because not every scope is exactly the same eye relief length. So you're going to make sure when you put this thing back on, get your phone out, put on your Wi-Fi, connect these two together, make sure that your crosshairs will be crystal clear with your GoPro, meaning you're going to then have to turn that lens to focus in or out. So it will be numerous times that you're going to put it in and out until you get it where you want it to be. So that is the GoPro unit. Then we've got the other unit, which is your universal camera for your phone that can go on the side here. What's nice about that, you know, one of the nicest thing about this GoPro one, sorry I'm jumping around, but the GoPro is more or less compacted and it's not so much space in your face, you know. So this one can go that way around, pretty easy. Underneath here, just to push start and you can record and go on. Now you'll get the phone camera mount, which is also nice. Both of them have got their pros and cons. The pros on this one is it's compact. The cons is if you have to change to different scopes, you're going to have to adjust your eye relief and your focus on your lens. But if you get the phone mount and you put it on here, that phone of yours has got an auto adjusting mechanism inside there, so it will adjust to itself to your reticle, and then obviously you just have to worry about your focus here just to get it crystal clear, and it's easy for it to then done. You know, you just put in your phone, you line everything up because it's got a big plate that you can line up any phone onto it, and then from there onwards you just slide in your phone, tighten it, you A4 away, and it can then record and it focuses itself to the reticle. But the only con about that one is it's a little bit bigger than this one. But if you're not worried about that, use that. So there are two different options, or otherwise you get both options. I just like the simple compact design look, and why I got the 5, 6 and 7 GoPro mount is I'm gonna upgrade to the GoPro 7. I've got the little lens for it as well, so when I do my slow-mo videos, put it in, it will be quite slow, so you'll be able to see that pellet tracking through the air. But like I said, most of us, we're trying to do everything on a budget. I mean, even the Volcano 4K, it works awesome. There's no snags. You don't have to get a GoPro like the original ones to make this work. So like I said, look at mine. It's a GoPro 3 in a GoPro 7, 5 and 6 holster, which is quite nice. It's aluminium, but you can, like I said, get the other ones that you're just going to have to then cut your own backing, like this outside shell, and then bolt it down with 4 little screws. But that's a little bit, if you want to DIY, do it easy, and that's it. It's pretty simple. It's just you need to know and play around with it. So some people, it's quite expensive to buy and make just videos, but like I'm saying to you now, it's either the GoPro one that you can have, like I just explained, the pros and the cons, and then also with your phone one. So it's up to you which one ever you want to use. I personally like this one, like I said many times. It's small and compact. So this will be the gun on our next review. It is the Kozak FC from Zabroya. It's the new one that came out. I think it's about 5 months or 4 months old, but we'll do that video in our next one. So stay tuned and see you next time.